Hello students. Here is one development approach that can be used to create a software product line. In Paul Clement's lecture there was a different approach, but this is another possibility of how to do it. So here the idea is that you have domain engineering, you have application engineering. And in both of these boxes you have what we call as the typical software engineering or software development steps. We have requirements engineering, we have design, we have realization, in other words programming, and then we have testing. What is different to the single systems approach is that here it is done twice. So it is done on the domain level and also on the application level. And there are important differences on what requirements engineering, design, realization, that is programming, and testing mean in these different levels. So in a single systems approach, you would only have one development process. But here we have two development processes. We have domain and application. And this means we have separation of concerns. In the domain engineering, the company builds a robust platform for all, and then in application engineering, they build the customer-specific applications. This also handles the commonalities between products and variation in the development artifacts. We will explain that later. Okay, so continuing with the two development processes needed to create a software product line. So in domain engineering, you establish a reusable platform. Here you can carefully develop the artifacts. You try out different technologies, you can take risks, you can innovate. And you can do this because you don't have a direct customer demanding that you deliver on a particular date. So it is not so critical to keep all schedules in this stage. However, you need to come up with reusable and robust outcome so that it doesn't break in the different customer cases. Then application engineering derives the product from the platform. So basically they use the requirements, architecture, components, and tests that have been developed in the domain engineering. They use these to specific customer cases. I mean, they do maybe some additional requirements engineering, additional design, additional programming, and additional testing. But they exploit the variability of the product line. And in here you can have tight schedules because you already have most of the assets that you are going to use. And with assets, I mean requirements, design, code, and the tests. So basically, application engineering is straightforward design, realization, and you reuse as much as possible. And you don't do any technological innovations or anything like that. Your main goal is to deliver the product to the customer with minimal effort spent, and by using the assets from the domain engineering.